Skip pass far side, Nowak back up top, Shockey ready, 3 in the hole. Trap from midcourt has produced the steal. O'Brien up ahead to Kittel, who throws it down. Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. Titans by 6, Pinkerton trying to hurry. Three-pointer up and in! 15 is within 8. Politi for 3. Yes, sir. Up, no good, side iron. Offensive rebound, Rosatana. Back up and in off the glass! And now a steal by Infante. Infante to the cup. That's Pinkerton right there. Force one here. Up the chin. Who throws it down? McGeady drives, Strand open. Three-pointer up and in. Wow. And sophomore's got Dover within 5. Sod's 3 is going to beat the buzzer. Up looks for a screen. Trying to find Bono. Pike with the steal. Pike is going to run out the clock. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II Championship game between the Pelham Pythons and the Pembroke Academy Spartans. The first of 4 championship affairs today here at the University of New Hampshire. Championship Sunday in Durham. And the table setter should be a good one. 2 of the better programs in Division II, fresh off big wins midweek in the semifinals. 2 head coaches in search of more hardware for the school trophy case. Let's start with Pelham, the Pythons. They took down top seed Laconia, no problem. Tuesday night in the semifinals, a 69-31 blowout victory.
That's incredible. They lost to Laconia earlier in the year and avenged that loss. Dramatic. That's dramatic win. That's huge.
They led start to finish and were led by Zach James, the 6-foot junior forward who had himself a field day, 34 points in the win. And on the other side with Pembroke, as we know, they had no problem with Oyster River. A 21-point victory over the Bobcats back on Tuesday. Quarterfinal win over Kennett as well. Their star is Josh Pilot. He's a 6'4" senior. He scores in bunches, finished with 25 in the victory over Oyster River. So this one, anyone's guess here, Justin, is both these 2 teams finish up the warm-ups in front of the home crowds.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these are the 2 teams. We saw them earlier, and I think they had games where they played pretty well, games where they didn't. You know, both these teams lost to West, and we had seen them play multiple times, and they didn't look like they might not, or they didn't look like they'd be able to get past the West going into the semis, just because they just didn't seem to keep up. And then all of a sudden the playoffs come around, right? And it's like they shifted gears. And Pelham destroyed West in a close game going into the 4th quarter, and then they went up and win by 20.
That was in the quarters, right?
Yeah, and it was just unexpected, I think. However, Pembroke was a 2 seed, right? So they didn't have to play a first game.
Right, they had a bye. They went 16-2 during the regular season, closed out the year with 6 straight wins. And Pelham, pretty solid regular season as well, despite dropping 2 at the tail end of the schedule. They wind up 14-4 as the number 5 seed. So a 5 versus a 2 here in Division II. Of course, a little bit of history. Pembroke looking for their 4th state championship in Division II in the last decade. They did it in 13 and 14 back-to-back. Did it again in 19 under head coach Mike Donald, and are looking for another for the trophy case, as I mentioned. Pelham did it back-to-back in Division III back in 2015 and 16. This would be their first D2 crown with a win today.
That's a huge step up. People don't understand that. Sometimes you have to go watch a game to find out what's the difference. What's the big difference? Usually it's size, right? You have a little bit bigger. As we go up in divisions, you get bigger kids, bigger players, stronger players. But both these programs are impressive. They win. It's consistent. You know, every team eventually has a down year or 2, and then they regroup. And these teams always are able to regroup, I think. So it'll be fun to watch this game today.
They don't rebuild, they reload.
That's
the old saying goes.
Reload.
All right, let's send things across the floor to the public address announcer, Sherm Chester, as he gets set to announce these starting lineups.
Now, let's get down to the starting lineups. For the Pythons, number 1, John for today's contest, Keith Kenny, Kyle Abel, and Dan Boyle. At this time, please stand and remove your headgear for the playing of the national anthem.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
All right, there it is, the national anthem, setting the tone for what should be a special day here in Durham. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you from Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. First of 4 championship game today. The girls in Division II will follow at 1 o'clock. Then it's the girls Division I championship at 4 o'clock. And then the finale comes your way at 7 o'clock Eastern, the boys Division I final between Bedford and Pinkerton. A packed crowd here for a 10 a.m. game. A lot of green on the far side behind the Spartan bench. And of course a lot of blue behind us cheering on the Pythons. All right, Dan Moylan ready to throw this one up. The officials are ready to go. We've got 3 referees today. Spartans the number 2 seed. They're in their home whites. Pelham the number 5 seed in the road blues, and it's Pelham who wins the tap. They go to Dom Erling, goes inside early. Spartan's going to open up here in a man-to-man. We hear a chant of defense coming from this crowd. Quick 3 for James. He's the player to watch, and he gets things going here with a 3-pointer from the wing.
He is still feeling it from the semifinal game. They've got to find a way to slow him down a little bit. 34 points from one guy when teams end up sometimes only scoring about 50 is huge.
He's explosive, and he shows you why. Meanwhile, Pilot, his counterpart today, Pelham's leading scorer, can't find the touch. This one is last touch by Pelham, will stay with Pembroke. And a second opportunity on the way as the Spartans try to get on the board.
Should be a little nerves. Some guys will be, have trouble early maybe. A couple turnovers you don't expect.
Hadley down the lane. Drive and kick, three-pointer out of the corner. Good look for Joe Fitzgerald, but another offensive rebound.
Yeah, multiple offensive rebounds early in this Pelham man-to-man as well. And they played man on the out-of-bounds, too. A lot of times, you guys weren't seeing the ball, too, so they got the ball in pretty easily.
First minute in the book. Pilot in a little bit of trouble. Hadley, the big man, thought about it. It's Shondell Hadley, listed at 6'4". Some size and length on that front line for the Spartans. Meanwhile, a patient possession here for Pembroke. Coach Donald watching intently from midcourt. No shot clock, of course, as we know, in the NHIAA. And again, the Python fans chant defense. Fitzgerald spin move, elbow J, no good off the back iron. Rebound collected by Jake Cawthorn, the 6'2" senior center. And Pelham's going to slow it down here with a 3-0 lead.
Pembroke did a really good job moving the ball around. I think they took a shot maybe they shouldn't have taken.
That's a wild one there for Hurling. Rebound the other way for Hadley. And again, Pembroke back in operation mode here, trying to get on the scoreboard with 2 minutes gone by. And they'll do it there with an elbow J for Fitzgerald. He's the 6-foot junior. Got a good pull-up game and a good stroke.
Oh, I love the 1-2 dribble pull-up. It's rare from the elbow. Everybody wants to shoot threes. That is still a beautiful missing part of the game.
This one up for grabs and stolen away. Sent up the floor. Strazzari got it. That's Mike Strazzari able to leak out and get ahead of everybody. First bucket for the senior point guard, and Pembroke with 4 quick points take their first lead.
A little confusion on the Pelham side. Just threw the ball away. They weren't ready. Again, nerves on both sides. Despite that early basket, there's some nerves on both sides.
Cawthorn, power move, left it short. Hadley able to clear the glass. Spartans want to push tempo. Down the lane, Fitzgerald leaves it for Hadley, who's got the 2.
We'll give him the assist on that. He lost it, but he gets an assist.
6 unanswered by the Spartans. Now 3 minutes gone by. Pelham trying to regroup. They scored on their first trip.
One more basket unanswered will be a timeout, I would think.
Here's James. Got a hand to Peter Hemmerdinger, and another wild shot. Hadley can't quite secure it, but it's last touched by Pelham. Apparently Jake Travis got a finger on it on its way out of bounds. So Pembroke gets the stop they want. They got the basketball back. And riding some momentum here as we approach the midway point first quarter. They've scored 6 straight.
And well, Pelham is a really good outside shooting team. A lot of threes. They shoot the ball well. If you have a game where you're not shooting well, all of a sudden you got to find some other ways to win. So we got to see how that plays out with their shooting overall as we go along.
Pilot picked up by Cawthorn here. Going to go to the left hand, trying to get in the lane, slap loose.
Not a contact, no call, and let it play.
Goes up the floor. Hurling thought about it, but going to slow it down. Now he will attack. Across the baseline to Hawthorne. And an interior pass snatched away and stolen by Hadley. Up the floor. Quick one at the rim. That's Jake Bovair. Left it a little too strong. Rebound for Cawthorn. And a shot here, off balance, up and in for Dom Hurling. Got the leaner, 6-foot junior.
Yeah, he shoots a lot of floaters, a lot of one-leg shots. Kind of reminds me of old school basketball. You know, some Larry Bird one-legged followaways, and it's kind of fun to watch him play.
You say that with a smile.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Strazzari up and under.
Good footwork. Good footwork for the little fella.
Senior with his second bucket. Pelham in a rhythm, or Pembroke, rather, in a rhythm now.
Absolutely.
They extend the lead to 8-5. Meanwhile, Pelham looking for an answer here as we move towards 3 minutes first quarter.
Pembroke is really good when they move the ball and decide to play that way instead of just going one-on-one, which they kind of look to do a couple times. Works out much better when they run offense.
Offensive rebound, count it, and the foul. That's Jake Travis. The 6'2 senior able to carve out some position in the paint. And went right back up on the putback. Chance now to tie the game at the free throw line after he registers his first field goal.
Tough shot. Offensive rebounds could be huge in this. We've already seen Pembroke with multiple offensive rebounds on a couple possessions. Now we see Pelham with an offensive rebound and an easy basket.
First foul of the game goes against Pembroke's Josh Pilot. And the first substitution comes from Pembroke as Adam Heldman, a 6'3 senior, comes in off the bench. Free throw no good. This one ends up out of bounds. And we'll go back to Pembroke.
If I recall, Heldman was a starter early in the year. It looks like he might have hurt his knee. He's got a big knee brace on. I got a couple of those. So he might have gotten hurt. Changed the way they play, perhaps. Right? A little bit, maybe a little faster.
Yeah,
with a less of a big in there.
He got some quality minutes the other night in the semis, but he did come off the pine.
Yeah, that's different.
As the sixth man.
That's different from what we saw earlier. That's different.
A lot of height, a lot of length, as we mentioned, on this Pembroke squad, including the aforementioned Heldman, who's listed again at 6'3". All right, inside of 3 minutes, Pembroke a 1-point lead. They played with the lead most of the way. Coach Morin, dressed in all black, the head of that Pelham bench, hoping his team can come up with a stop. Strazzeri going to probe into the lane. Cut off by Hurley.
Got away with a slide of the foot.
Bovair going to give it back. Now a pull-up J for Strazzeri. Is too strong and a good weak side rebound. Hauled in with one hand by James.
That was a good box out. He could use his arm a little bit, pushed him away, but you do what you got to do inside to get a rebound. I'm telling you, you do what you got to do.
There we go. Hawthorne, he's inside. He's going to drop step. Little pump fake and a block by Hadley.
Good help. Good help. Got to be there for help.
That's Heldman. Rather came over with the swat. Another sub on the way for Pelham. Jake Travis, after a brief rest, comes right back on. Cawthorne going to check out for the Pythons. We also get a look at Alex Carroll, 6'1 senior guard for the first time, wearing number 3 in blue.
Good flex cut. There's a down screen off that little flex offense you run on the out-of-bounds play.
Carroll not quite on the same page with his teammate Tom Hurley. And the bounce pass ends up out of bounds. Third giveaway here in this first quarter for Pelham. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Pembroke a 1-point edge. Spartans looking for another title. It would be their 4th in the last 10 years. And their first since 2019. Pelham, of course, looking for their first ever Division II championship.
Now, Pilot's only taking one shot.
Here he is.
A little anxious.
They go to the senior here. One-on-one against James. Down the lane, looks for the wraparound pass. Hadley trying to dig it out of a crowd, and now it ends up in and out of the hands of Strazzeri and turned over to Pelham.
That's a tough get. Pilot's having trouble with his shoe right now, so maybe he's thinking about it a little too much. They're going to give him a break so he can adjust. It looks like he might have some new shoes for the game today. I don't know. You know, you want to get your new tournament shoes if you can get them. Every shoe now is broken in, right? So let's get some new dogs, and let's see how we play with some new dogs.
And he's going to take a breath here, grab a drink, and perhaps retie the sneakers with now 90 seconds to go first quarter. Shot ends up short. The rebound is hauled in by Evan Berkeley, the 5'11 sophomore, who just checked in for the first time for Pembroke.
Hey, keep an eye out on help defense tonight.
Hadley down the lane, left it short. Hurling the rebound. Travis ends up with it.
They are letting them play, Nick. We're seeing a lot of contact.
Only one foul each way.
Yeah, a lot of
three. Hemmerdinger won't go. Hadley, his third rebound already.
Oh, and they called that. That's a little bit of a surprise. They got a tiny touch. We've seen some bumps going to the basket. We've seen some hits on rebounds.
And now we get a reach here near midcourt. Only the second team foul against Pelham. Only one on the other side against Pembroke. Coming up on 1 minute remaining in this opening quarter.
There's some sub issues. Hemmerdinger's a sneaky fella. We saw him play sneaky. Runs around, tries to get steals from behind, knock balls away.
He moves well without the ball, too, yeah.
I do love the green shoes, too, the matching green shoes today. I don't like the color, but I like the matching factor. I'm a school color guy. I would have gone with a blue or something for the shoe, but what's going on there with that
the
lime neon?
The neon green certainly pops out. They took their team photo with those bright green sneakers on, and here they are on Championship Sunday, still rocking them. All right, we're ready to go now. The issue at the table cleared up, and we move inside the final minute first quarter. We're going to get a whistle and an offensive foul away from the basketball. It's going to be called against Adam Heldman. The senior didn't quite have the feet set. and is going to pick up his first foul and the team's second.
Referees are very, very aware of moving screens these days, because players need to learn to set, and the offensive player needs to learn to use the screen themselves.
Hawthorne, a good take.
Good move.
Down the right side of the lane for the seniors' first field goal. Able to use the window with the right hand.
Love the glass, Nick.
And Pelham goes back out in front 9-8.
Got to use the glass. Love the glass.
Final 30 seconds. Fitzgerald into the lane, ready to fire. Is Berkeley, and the sophomore has got the stroke from the corner.
That was a confident shot. He looked good. He felt comfortable. Had a hand in his face, too, Nick. Hand in his face.
The lead back to Pembroke, 11-9. Pelham going to fire a three. James can't connect. Hawthorne offensive rebound. Back up top. James still in stroke mode. Knocks it down this time.
Early in the shot clock. Time left on the clock. Now Pembroke's going to get another shot.
Down to 2 seconds. Strazzeri, a leaner. Won't go.
As a crowd.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Back and forth. Pelham a 1-point lead as we head to the second quarter. Right back to Durham in a moment. You are watching the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. Well, we're off to a good start here at the Lundberg Gymnasium on the campus of the University of New Hampshire. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Championship Sunday. First of 4 NHIAA state title games. Pelham and Pembroke in Division II. And through 8 minutes, we've got a 1-point game. Pelham, the number 5 seed, coming off a 14-4 regular season, looking for their first state championship at the Division II level. Meanwhile, this one going to roll off the iron before the rebound is pulled in by Jake Travis. So the Pythons get the stop defensively they were hoping for and now look to expand this 1-point lead, but an offensive foul is going to be called on the baseline against Jake Cawthorn. The center may have lowered the shoulder there to commit his first foul in the team's third. Smart play, smaller player too. He went at. I think he thought he could score over the top. But you can't lower that shoulder. You got to take your time, make an easy basket. Don't knock the little fellas down like that. You're going to get a foul called every time. Pembroke looking for the lead. The Pelham student section standing to our left, chanting defense, looking for a stop. Pivot, fade, Strazzeri bouncing off the rim twice. Offensive rebound for Pelham. Back in the corner, the senior is going to connect for three. Pelham needs to find the range. Found it now. Got his first basket. Needs to shoot well for them to win, I think. He's got a 2-point lead for his team on his first make of the morning. It comes from downtown. So 14-12, minute gone by, second quarter. Pelham now looking for an answer. Carroll for Travis, and the bounce pass gets away from him. Good look. Turn back over to Pembroke. Good look, good look. But you know what? Also, I think people don't realize, I think parents realize this, it's tough to play at 10 o'clock in the morning when you're a high school kid. It's a huge point. Tough. That's a big point. They're not even awake until 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. We start them in school at 8 o'clock. They're all half asleep until almost lunchtime at this age. Three-pointer. It's going to go. No. That's Hadley. Got the friendly roll. It bounced 3 times off the iron before it goes in. And that's going to count for 3 and the foul. So a potential rare 4-point play opportunity for the 6'4" senior. Basketball gods. He must have done some serious praying last night to get that gods to watch that ball bounce that many times and go in. Good rotation on the three. The senior now 5 points, 3 rebounds in this first half. And it's the largest lead either way so far on the board for Pembroke at 17-12. Hadley going to knock down the free throw. So the 4-point play in the books. And Pembroke's lead is 6 for the first time with a minute and a half gone by.
If the big fella comes up big today, that is huge for Pembroke. We saw them play, and he didn't score many points. He got rebounds, did some other things, important things.
High post. Travis Fade over the top for 2.
And Pembroke switched to his zone. Middle's open. High post. Middle's going to be open in the zone.
Saw man-to-man most of that first quarter from the Spartans. Meanwhile, Strazzeri gets the step down the lane. Left hand finish.
Strong move. Strong move.
Mike Strazzeri brought his A game for his final game. As the senior now with 6 points to lead the way. Back
to a man. I think he holds up 50, I think, is man. So it looks like usually 5 or 50 is man.
Hemmerdinger ready to fire. High arcing 3. Cuts the lead in half.
That's a humdinger for Hemmerdinger. My man.
Able to get square. The junior with his first field goal. 3-point game. 2.5 gone by second quarter. Fitzgerald going to leave his feet. Pass tipped. It ends up with Strazzeri. Pull-up jump shot and a foul by Hurling.
Smart play. Hurley's just got to let that go, right? Let that go, or you try and get it from behind. He just happened to get it right from the side. So another 1-2 dribble pull-up. Oh, it's just wonderful to see.
Saw it earlier from Fitzgerald. We've seen it from Strazzeri. Little ball fake. And then the contact, as we see, comes from over the shoulder. So Strazzeri, a chance to add to this 3-point lead as we approach 5 minutes remaining until halftime. Crowd continuing to file in. We're almost full on that far side. That's the Pembroke side.
Full. Pembroke is loaded today.
Of the gym, and Pelham, they're filling up very quickly as well behind us.
They forgot to do the clock situation, Nick, I think. They forgot.
The fake countdown?
I think people are a little late. They forgot about the clock.
Oh, yes, daylight savings, yes. Yeah. Possibly. Meanwhile, an 0 for 2 trip there for Strazzeri. Rebound is the 4th for Jake Cawthorn. And Pelham now can potentially tie the game. They trail by 3. And a steal here. Intercepted by Hadley. His second of the half. Up the floor. Strazzeri the finish. Good finger roll.
Foul. Good no foul after the steal. You kind of got to let that go and live to fight another day.
Spartans have forced now 5 giveaways. And they lead by 5 with 5 minutes to go. Hemmerdinger wraparound pass off the knee of Cawthorn. A good idea. But turnover number 6 is going to give the Spartans the ball back.
Little things like that, right? Maybe a bounce pass. It got away. The bounce was a little late. Got him in the knees. Big fellas can't bend over to catch the ball very well if you're a little bit bigger. So you got to throw a better bounce pass that comes up a little higher to their waist.
Meanwhile, Bover in the corner. Pilot lining up a 3. You bet.
He stepped right into that one. That looked good. I knew that was going in right when he shot it.
His second from downtown, and that's going to lead to a timeout here. The Pembroke fans are on their feet. Their team's got an 8-point lead for the first time at 25-17 as we approach the midway point of this second quarter. Pilot, fresh off a 25-point semifinal performance in the win over Oyster River. Able to get square there from the wing, and as you see, leaves the right-hand follow-through up in the air.
Hold your follow-through. Hold your follow-through. If you're a young player right now, too, watching this at home, Watch Pembroke and all of the dribble pull-ups. Watch that. Pay attention to that. That's a good skill to have. Catch and shoot, and hold your follow-through when you shoot the ball. Don't pull your hand back. You hold your follow-through. Most of the time, right? If you're a good shooter, ball's going to go in. Hold your follow-through. But I love the dribble pull-ups. That's something they work on. You can tell they practice that.
Strazzeri has led the way with 8 points. Right behind him is Shondell Hadley with 6. And the Spartans done it on the defensive end as well as they force now 6 giveaways unofficially, 3 in each quarter. We're midway through the second. The lead is 8 for the first time. It's the largest deficit so far in this first half. Here's a foul along the sideline. A reach-in is the call against the Spartans.
A little overzealous, the sophomore. Kind of came over the top, and he wanted to steal. You always want to steal, right? Make your mark. He already made a nice 3 from the corner.
Berkeley with his first foul. He's the only sophomore on the floor either way.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, that's a big deal for him today.
James for 3. He's got the answer. He's got his 3rd from downtown. Pelham needed a bucket. He delivers.
They did. They desperately needed a bucket there.
He's got 9 points now and is the game's high scorer. Down the lane, Fitzgerald blocked from behind by Hurley. The rebound ends up with Jake Travis, and here comes Pelham. Inside out, James. Is he still hot? Yes, he is.
So, I got to be honest, I might want to call timeout and say, don't let him get open. No threes. Good. Make him drive to the basket. Do not give him an open shot.
He's now hit 4 in this first half. Pelham is within 2. Down the lane, Pilot, left hand, in and out. Offensive rebound, stripped on the way up.
Got to get back. Don't give up. Get back.
Hemmerdinger into the front court. Left-hand dribble, floats a pass over the top. Erling double-teamed on the baseline, and a reach-in foul is called right outside the lane. Pelham.
On the big fella. That's on the big fella that time. Yeah, okay, good. I thought maybe he had a second foul, but that's first foul.
That's his first. And that's team foul number 5, so 1 left to give. No. 5 on the other side against Pelham. I apologize. That's Pembroke's 4th team foul. We're just outside of 3 minutes. James, another 3! Up and in out of the corner.
Again, hand up in his face. Don't let him catch the ball and make him drive. He is in fuego right now.
5 made 3-pointers. He let out a savage yell after that last make. Pelham has retaken the lead. They've scored 9 unanswered. Pull up Jay. Fitzgerald leaves it short. Bounce collected by Cawthorn, and Pelham has the stop they were hoping for. A 9-0 run. Pythons looking to stretch that out here. Travis gets the step. Layup, though, won't go. Rebound for Hadley and a quick whistle.
That's a good timeout call by Pembroke.
Coach Donald wants to talk it over. A hurricane just swept through the gym here by the name of Zach James. 5 made 3-pointers in this first half. He's been worth the price of admission by himself so far.
All of them, 15, all threes, right? What do? You make him drive. Make him shoot a different shot, right? So that's harder to do, though.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done. So you look, yeah, that's where I was trying to go. It's early. But you're right. If you deny him the ball and you just get up on him and make him dribble and go to the basket, you just can't give him an open threes. No open looks. I mean, you're playing man, right? So we're in that zone for about, 30 seconds, and then right back to man.
And Pelham has done a pretty good job getting him open, right?
And he
floating
moves
around of screens his way.
Yes, he's moving without the ball as well.
All right. It's been a back and forth first half. And the swing has come here at the 2:37 junction remaining second quarter. The biggest run of the game so far, 9 unanswered on the heels of the biggest lead. Previously established by Pembroke, an 8-point edge of 25-17. So James has hit 3 straight 3-pointers, 5 total in this first half, and he's the game's high scorer with 15 points.
It's a James 9-point run, right?
Right.
It's a James 9-point run right now. 9-0.
Yep.
James 9, Pembroke 0. Let's see if they can answer here, though.
Coach Donald out of the timeout. Going to bring his starters back onto the floor. It's been a short rotation, really, both ways for both head coaches in this first half. 2.5 to go until halftime. Coming up at the break, a look back at the first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, and a preview of Championship Sunday. First of 4 games from this gym all day. All right. It's Fitzgerald up top trying to shake off Hemmerdinger. Left-hand drive and finish. Good take. That's the answer the Spartans were hoping for as they jump back out in front 27-26.
They're almost running a lower set 3 out where they just kind of dribble handoff, and then you attack the basket up the middle and look to kick for maybe a 2-footer or a 3 at the wing. Interesting offense.
They run James off the double screen. And now it's Hurling with a pick and roll. Into the lane, left hand, wraparound pass, but a foul on the dish. It's going to keep it here. Team foul number 5 against Pembroke, so both teams now left with 1 foul remaining for the final minute 43. Hadley's going to pick up his second. So the 6'4" center is going to have to be careful here. Pelham looking to go back out in front here before halftime. James. Strazzeri on him. Pass intercepted. Pilot able to step in front of Cawthorn for the takeaway.
He got caught way too far away from the basket, too.
Fitzgerald down the lane. Still in attack mode. Another left-hand finish.
Fitzgerald's been great. Going to the basket, getting layups. And you might want to even think about taking a hard foul. So he thinks about going to the basket maybe a couple more times. He's getting there untouched.
Very quick with that first step. He's got 6 points in this first half. Meanwhile, there's Hurling at the rim.
Nice
able
pass.
to use the window. The junior hasn't shot or looked to shoot too often in this first half, but that's his second field goal.
Defender got a little lost on that play, and he got wide open for a nice, easy two-footer.
Final minute, first half. Pembroke down by 1. No, up by 1. Looking for more. Struzari, a series of pivots, and then a teardrop is going to fall in the lane to put him in double figures now with 10.
That's an adjustment in the second half. You got to make sure you stay on the floor, get a hand up. Don't worry about that spin around anymore.
Hurling leaves it for Cawthorn, who finishes at the iron. Good drive and dish there on the assist.
Absolutely.
By Dom Hurling. The finish for Cawthorn is his second field goal. And now it looks like...
Last shot. Yes.
You got your wish, Justin. They're going to play for the final shot here.
Smart. That's smart, right? Get it down. We always say go at 10. Always go at 10, attack.
And here we go. Down to 7. Pick and roll. Fitzgerald. Bounce pass ends up with Bovair in the corner. Struzari going to have to hurry. Lost the basketball. Thrown up at the rim, and that will do it for the first half. A back and forth first half here to kick off Championship Sunday in Durham. Pembroke, after 16 minutes, a 1-point lead over Pelham, 31-30.
A very well played first half. Not as tight as I thought they would be coming out, with that nerve factor. I don't think Pembroke got the shot they wanted at the end of the second half. They kind of got a little confused. I think there was an almost turnover, like we like to call that, an almost turnover. So they didn't get a great shot. But a well-played first half for both teams. What adjustments do you think they'll make in the second half, though? I'm curious.
We're going to find out in a moment. We'll recap the first half with stats and highlights and a preview of the other 3 championship games coming up as well. So don't go anywhere. 1-point game here in Durham at halftime. Pembroke 31, Pelham 30. You are watching coverage of the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Halftime here of the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II Championship game. A 1-point lead on the board for the Pembroke Academy Spartans over the Pelham Pythons. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Both teams shot the basketball well in that first half. Both were over 50% from the floor. Pembroke, a balanced approach with 4 players scoring at least 6 points. Their point guard, senior Mike Strazzeri, the lone man in double figures with 10. Pelham anchored by their star Zach James, who had 15 points on 5 of 6 shooting from three-point land. A slight edge on the glass for Pelham as well, a 13-10 advantage. But perhaps the most telling and differential stat, the turnovers and the points off turnovers, Justin.
That's monstrous. I looked at that and I was shocked. Right now, Pembroke has 16 points off of the Pelham turnovers. Pelham has 8 turnovers. And then you have points in the paint, and Pembroke has 14 points in the paint. Pelham has 12, so that's relatively balanced, but you like to see points in the paint. What I'm looking for in the second half is, who's that second guy? Who's the second guy on either team to step up and get maybe a few more baskets so you can help out your leading scorer? Or do we stop Zach James? Do we get out? Do we change it so he has to do something different, and then somebody else obviously has to step up? So you just got to find a way to get Pilot involved, get him easier shots. Right now he's way far away from the basket. He's dribbling around wanting to go one-on-one instead of getting something off the flow of the offense. So who's going to be the next guy to step up, right? I got to be honest, I expect Dom Hurling, to maybe shoot a little bit more in the second half, because he's been big before.
Right.
And let's see, with Pembroke, I don't know. Let's see who steps up, because Strazzeri's been great going to the basket. Just been outstanding.
Hurling, of course, can fill it up. 16 points in the semifinal victory. Pelham going to come out right away and try and get James going. A pretty good look for the junior, but a back iron miss, ends up over the top of the backboard, and Pembroke has the basketball.
Right off the downstream. So if I'm coach, I know his name, Donald. I'm switching the screen so that he doesn't get an open shot.
Inside out, Strazzeri for 3. Offensive rebound, Pilot. Bodied up by Cawthorn. Spartans will reset. First trip of the second half for Pembroke, working on a 1-point lead. Fitzgerald going to connect. 3-pointer from straight away. The junior has looked good. He's got 9 points, and Pembroke's up by 4.
He's got a nice-looking shot, good follow-through. Most of the time, you watch him shoot it, you think it's going to go in.
34-30. Again, the defense chant from the Pembroke fans. Elbow J for Hurling, right on schedule.
Got to assert himself a little bit more on offense. I bet, maybe his teammates, coach told him, hey, we need you to just bring a little bit more. We have one guy that's on fire. We need a little bit more from you.
Meanwhile, Pilot double teamed and a foul coming just in front of Coach Donald.
I think he called that foul. Coach Donald called that foul right in front. Come on.
They reach in. It's going to be the first either way. The second against Cawthorn. Cawthorn, by the way, played well in that first half. 4.6 rebounds, a game high. But he collects his second here. And here come the Spartans up by 2. Now it's the Python student section that chants defense. Hadley down the lane. They're going to call travel.
First travel call.
The 5th Pembroke turnover this morning.
Yeah, right now they're winning the battle in terms of turnovers.
Minute and a half gone by. A chance to tie or take the lead for Pelham. Pythons looking for their first Division II boys basketball state championship. They did it twice in Division III last decade. Little jab step here from Scott. Wants to go at Hadley. Right hand, yes.
Confident, good confident move. Good confident move.
And when rolled around the rim before it dropped, it's his 3rd field goal. And we're tied here at 34 with 2 minutes gone by in this 3rd quarter.
Man, right now, this is anyone's game, right? Anyone's game. They're so closely matched. Very even.
It's been back and forth. Largest lead came via Pembroke's 25-17 lead about midway through the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, a foul here at the iron is going to send Fitzgerald to the free throw line for the first time today.
It's another strong drive. We're seeing that from their guards. They attack the basket really tough, and they go up, and they most of the time they either get fouled or they beat their man so badly that they get a nice open lay-in.
First trip to the line for either team in this second half. Justin, the 2 teams shot a combined 4 free throws in that first half.
A lot of jumpers. A lot of jumpers right now, and like I said, uncontested layups early. I think we did see some contact. I think, like we said, the officials are letting them play, which is good.
Fitzgerald in double figures. He's now Pembroke's high score with 11. Meanwhile, James is double teamed, but a reach-in foul is going to be called against Fitzgerald here near midcourt.
That's the last thing you want to do is play that good a defense at high and get a foul and just bail out the offensive player. Good idea to trap him, though, right? He's your shooter. Trap him, make him like, uncomfortable. If I can make him uncomfortable, if you're a shooter and you're uncomfortable, all of a sudden you're not a shooter anymore.
Coach Donald looked like floated a second defender to try and get the ball out of his hands. And you mentioned it. We may see a wrinkle in terms of the defensive game plan as they look to slow James down. Meanwhile, Hurling has picked up the slack. The point guard did not look to score in that first half. He's in attack mode now. He's doubled his halftime point total from 4 to 8.
That was good use of his body. Used it, went up. Nice bump. Again, him with his little floaters, when he goes to the basket.
Game is tied again, 36. Saw 7 lead changes in that first half. And a travel is called.
Yep, little shuffle.
Fitzgerald didn't like the call.
He may not have liked it, but he did a little shuffle. There it is, little shuffle.
Good
Slid
defense to force the turnover. Pelham. Again, look for the advantage as we near the midway point, 3rd quarter.
Oh, we're in a little half-court flex. Down screen, wide open. Down screen. If you screen a person, wide open. There he is, wide open.
James off the screen. 3-pointer is short. Ball up for grabs, and it ends up with Stuzzeri, who's got the step and the layup.
I like that, though. They're running a motion offense, which you don't see very often. They're running the flex. You get a flex cut underneath. Right now, you have to watch, though, if Pelham has to screen a person. What we're trying to teach young players to do, you screen a person. You're not going to get the cutter underneath. You're going to get that shot right there off the down screen. If you screen a person. Right now, they've screened a person a couple times.
Meanwhile, Cawthorn is poked in the nose, and the ball is going to belong to Pembroke. The senior wanted a foul. Coach Morin looking for a whistle. And a quick trip now to the end of the bench for Cawthorn.
He's in the game, though. He's still in the game. He just went and sat down. The referee didn't stop play, or we don't have a sub or anything. What are they doing?
Coach Morin now is going to come back with Hummerdinger. And the Python fans are upset that there was not a foul called there.
Yeah, he just kind of walked off and sat down. He was unhappy that he got hit in the face.
I mean, he's still holding what looks like a cloth over his nose at the end of the bench.
Crowd getting antsy. Crowd getting a little angry.
Hopefully for Pelham's sake, he's okay and can come back soon. Meanwhile, Pembroke a 2-point lead with the ball. Strazzeri off the glass, able to kind of hop around the defender.
I love it. They pump fake, up and under, spin around, get little shots, leaning forward. They're fun to watch.
14 points now for Strazzeri. The team high, and Pembroke's got a 4-point edge, 40-36. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, third quarter. A pretty quick moving championship affair here to kick off Championship Sunday. And a foul here is going to come against the Spartans.
All over him, leaning on him. But you know what? What do we say? Make him uncomfortable, right? And who do we have guarding him right now? Just
that was
in the
Beauvais,
game?
who just committed, I believe, his first. Yep, just his first.
So, you know,
and the team second.
And that's okay. Let him commit some fouls. They have a couple guys they can bring in off the bench. Make him uncomfortable. Switch that. Make him uncomfortable.
James had 15 points, all in that first half. Inside out, ready to fire is Carroll, who just came on. That one is no good. Offensive rebound. Scott has got it off the window.
Fortuitous, as I like to say, a fortuitous rebound inside.
Jake Travis able to use the window. Travis now with 8 points. And again, it's a one-possession difference. Bounce pass is kicked in the lane. And it will stay at this end with the Spartans.
Do we get an intentional kick, or was it a... Let's take a look. Crowd's going wild yet again. An unintentional kick. Usually that's not...
I think Hemmerdinger...
Oh, no. He stuck his foot out. Yeah,
may have
he
stuck
did.
that left foot out.
I bet he plays soccer, Nick. What do you think? Plays soccer. That's a good soccer play.
Meanwhile, Strazzeri trying to weave his way out of a crowd. Spartans going to restart here. With 2.5 to go. Beauvais ready to fire. And a foul here on the rebound as Pelham was knocked down. It's going to go against Pelham.
And Pelham as well. He must have pushed.
Yeah, you're right. It's against Pelham.
Yeah, I think he pushed before he attempted to get the rebound, but not much. I didn't see much. He got knocked down. It was more he got whacked.
So it's the third team foul against Pembroke. And again, Pelham has a chance to tie or take the lead as we move towards 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Hurling against Strazzeri, two very good point guards. Now it's Carroll. Down the lane, wraparound shot. Rolls off the rim, no good. The rebound belongs to Fitzgerald.
They were playing 4-on-5 a minute ago.
Pelham for three. Side iron miss. Hurling a skying rebound. Up the floor. Carroll, count it, and the foul.
Smart pump fake. I didn't see much of a foul. I got to be honest, maybe in our replay from the Wizard in the home base, we'll see something there. I didn't see much, maybe a little bit of a bump from behind. Yep, little bump maybe, out of control, lost his balance. Here's a better view.
And Fitzgerald gives the foul. That is going to give Pelham's Alex Carroll a chance to give his team the lead, and he will. Carroll, in this very short rotation, the only reserve to see action so far for Pelham, has got his first points of the game, and the Pythons have a 41-40 lead as we hit 100 seconds remaining third quarter. Spin move, Fitzgerald over the top, Beauvais, extra pass, Strazzeri down the baseline. Beautiful.
Beautiful bank shot. Beautiful pass, beautiful ball movement all around the perimeter.
Strazzeri with 16, 6 of those in this third quarter. He's now the game's high scorer. Hurling in the lane, can't get the hook. Beauvais tracks it down for the Spartans.
No, it really is such a simple game.
Three-pointer. Around the rim, no. Hadley going to dig it out, and Pembroke's going to get a second opportunity. Fitzgerald down the lane, right hand, shot up and in.
All right. He is tough. He is tough. He really has brought his A game today. He come to play today this morning. He's the most wide awake guy I've seen today so far this morning.
7 of his 13 have come in this third quarter. The juniors got Pembroke out in front, 44-41. Final 40 seconds. Travis in the lane, partially blocked. Ball loose in the corner. It ends up with Hurling. Goes down the lane again, and a foul as he's knocked to the floor.
Now we're seeing some contact. Guys getting knocked down. Fans getting angry about these knockdowns, but they're playing hard, right? This is the kind of defense you got to play in order to win a championship.
It's been a physical game. The officials have done a I think, an admirable job so far walking that fine line, right?
I think so. They're letting them play. They're calling some of the ticky-tack stuff to maybe, hey, stop reaching, right? Avoid the reach.
Perlin going to knock down a free throw.
Fitzgerald has to sit down. I don't know. Maybe he's tired. I think he only has one foul. He's a little tired. But
just going to get a rest here with 33 seconds.
I would not keep him out very long. That'd be it. 33 seconds would be it.
Perlin sees it go in and out. So the Spartans will walk it the other way and potentially play for the final shot here with 20 seconds. They hold a 2-point lead, 44-42.
Yeah, hopefully they get a better shot this time, a better look.
Here we go. Strazzeri with 7 seconds. The defender is Travis on the switch. Strazzeri, left hand, left it short. Rebound Hurling, and that will do it for quarter number 3. You could not have asked for a better or more dramatic scenario after 3 quarters. Several lead changes, just a 2-point difference at 44-42. The state championship is in the balance. Is it Pembroke's year, or will Pelham deliver their first D2 title in school history? We begin to find out next. You are watching the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game right here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
We've got ourselves a 2-point basketball game as we begin the 4th quarter here in the state championship. It's the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship. Here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, we're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's been a back-and-forth affair through 3 quarters between Pelham and Pembroke. Pembroke looking for their 4th state title in the last 10 years. Pelham looking for their first Division II crown in school history. We've seen 9 lead changes, 3 ties through the first 24 minutes. And right now, Pembroke holding a slight 44-42 edge here with now 30 seconds gone by in the 4th quarter. Pelham, they were led by their standout junior Zach James in the first half. He had 15 points on 5 made 3-pointers. Carroll comes up short. Hadley's got another rebound, his 5th for Pembroke. For the Spartans, it's been a balanced attack led by the senior point guard Mike Strazzeri, playing in his final game as the game's high scorer with 18 points.
Yeah, you got to get Zach James involved in the second half a little bit. He didn't even have a basket yet in the second half. They've done a nice job defending him, but
Hurling's got his 3rd rebound off the miss. Comes into the front court. Going to pull it out. Now he's going to pull the trigger. 3-pointer is short from the wing. Strazzeri able to muscle the rebound there for his 4th. And the Spartans will slow it down. Still out in front here by 2, 44-42.
That was a tough fadeaway shot, but we did say Hurling might have to step up in the second half. That second player to score, because James it's only gotten, I think, 2 shots.
The amount of timeout, Coach Morin. It's a full timeout as Pelham wants to talk it over. Neither team able to crack the ice so far here in this 4th quarter as it remains 44-42. First of 4 state championships. The girls D2, the girls D1, the boys D1. In that order coming up at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock Eastern. All brought to you live here on the NFHS Network via Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. And again, this one, a good one. The number 2 seed, Pembroke, 16-2 regular season. A quarterfinal win over Oyster River. a dramatic come-from-behind quarterfinal victory over Manchester West. For Pelham, the number 5 seed, 14-4 during the regular season. No problem with Kingswood in the first round. Or I'm sorry, it was Pelham over West.
Yeah,
not
Pelham
the other way around.
West, yeah, Pelham.
Pelham beat West in the quarters, 77-57, and then they knock off top seed Laconia, 69-31.
That's an amazingly huge margin of victory
back on
against
Tuesday.
The 1 seed, right? 1 seed.
So a very good Division II this year with 5 teams winning at least 14 games. 2 of them survive here to Championship Sunday.
And that's kind of usually how it should be, right? We have one team we thought would be here and is not here, which is, hey, your alma mater. That's okay.
Yep.
What's interesting, too, at the end, these teams are very similar. They run similar half-court offenses, a lot of dribble handoffs and weaving at the top, and then they look to attack the basket. Occasionally, Pelham will, switch into their motion offense. Right now, they're going to come down in their motion offense, their flex, their half-court. You can see a little back screen and then a down screen. There's the cutter.
It's James. Hurling ends up with it in the corner. Looks for a creak of daylight. Kicks to the corner. Carroll's 3 is off target, and Hadley ends up with the rebound for Pembroke. And a foul here is going to be called at midcourt.
Not a good foul.
Against the Pythons. They reach in.
Frustration.
It's going to be the 3rd on Travis. And the 3rd team foul here against Pelham in the second half.
Pembroke has made an adjustment, though. In this set, we talked for a minute about adjustments, right? Who came out? Pembroke has made an adjustment, and they are not letting James get open shots or even the ball right now. I do like the flex.
This pass off target, not the right hand of Pilot. Turnover number 7 for the Spartans. 2 minutes gone by, 4th quarter. Still 44-42.
I like the idea, though, of changing it up and running a motion offense for the half court. We've got a big deal here. We've got a 5 count that can happen. They didn't get the ball in time.
Well, the official just put it on the floor. Hemmerdinger had to hurry, pick it up, and immediately throw it in to Hurling, who does get into the front court.
A little bit of confusion. There's that flex again, right now the wrong side. However, if you screen a person, guys are going to be open. They're not screening the person right now. That's the problem with this offense. You have to make contact with a defensive player to get open.
Been a short rotation both ways. Pembroke has played just 7 players today. Pelham only 6. Meanwhile, James, count it, and the foul. It's the first time he's been heard from in this second half after he connected on 5 3-pointers before halftime. He gets this one off the window and an old-school 3-point play opportunity on the way as he looks to put Pelham out in front.
Absolutely. I think he just said, hey, listen, I got to find a way to score, so I'm going to attack the basket. I don't need to just shoot threes. I mean, we've seen him make other shots, right? We've seen him make 10-footers. We've seen him make, 15-footer layups, all kinds of shots.
So the junior makes the adjustment, gets to the rim, knocks down the free throw, and puts his team out in front, 45-44. 18 points now, a team high for the junior, Zach James. A steal by Carroll. Great job jumping the passing lane. Pelham's got the ball. James is going to fire. The 3 is off the front iron, but it's tracked down by Hurling, who collects it off the bounce, and a second opportunity on the way for the Pythons. 3 minutes now gone by, 4th quarter. Crossover. Junior leans in and gets a friendly roll.
Shake and bake, a little double pump, double clutch. Put it up and in. I told you. Who steps up, right? Hurling. Hurling's the guy that stepped up a little bit here in the second half.
He's now in double figures with 7 of his 11 coming since halftime. Drive and kick, Beauvais for 3. It's too strong. Hadley, offensive rebound in a crowd, lost it. Taken away by Hawthorne. Pelham crowd getting loud here as the Pythons have a 3-point lead and the basketball as we approach the midway point, 4th quarter. Patient trip here for Pelham. Now Hurling will fire the 3. It's a side iron miss. It's loose. Hemmerdinger keeps it alive with the rebound. Another 3. That one off balance. And ultimately the weak side rebound is collected by Beauvais for Pembroke. Up the floor. Quick shot. Pilot. No. Second try. No, but a foul. As he's hit on the left wrist, he'll head to the free throw line. A chance to close this gap a little bit. His team trails by 3, 47-44.
They put the clamps down on Pilot here in this game so far. I think he's taken some tough shots. They've done a good job making it difficult for him to see the rim. right? Same thing they've done this second half with James that Pembroke has done. You know, tough shots, right?
Pembroke within 2 after Pelot knocks down the first free throw. It's his first trip to the line. And the right-hander goes 2 for 2. 1-point game again. 8 points for Pelot, his first 2 since halftime.
Oh,
we're midway through the fourth quarter. It's a 1-point game. And now it's the Pembroke fans' turn to chant defense and stomp on the bleachers. They're stationed right behind the home bench. Meanwhile, Hurling in attack mode. Off the glass is going to put Pelham up by 3.
Good attack mode right there. Defender had his hands, Pelot, straight up. Didn't want to foul him. So why not, right? He attacked. He goes to the basket really well.
Big second half for the junior continues. Now with 13 points. Offensive foul here is going to go against Fitzgerald.
Wow, got that on the jump stop, Nick. That was a very strange foul.
And now Coach Donald has seen enough. Pembroke is going to call a timeout here with 3:29 remaining. Pelham's lead is 49-46.
You got to give him a little space to come down on the jump stop, though. That's it. I get it. It was, either way, but he had no place to go after his jump stop. Usually you got to give a guy a little bit of room to land.
Right.
If he's going forward the whole time, yes, you can knock him down. But he was turning on a jump stop, and defender stepped in, knocked him down. Or that, I don't know. That was tough. Little calls like this, though, at the end could cost the game.
It's been a well officiated game so far.
Absolutely, they've done a great job with this game.
The officials really allowing the players to play, so to speak. Not a whole lot of foul trouble either way. We do have now 18 fouls against Pembroke on the board, only 4 against Pelham, with 3.5 now remaining.
That means Pelham's going to start shooting some free throws here pretty soon. You may have to, if the lead gets any bigger, you're going to have to start fouling pretty soon. But luckily, they don't have to. It's not going to take them too long. They can foul right away, get a 1-and-1, and then the next one's a double bonus. So that's problematic. The double bonus early right now or at this time is problematic.
Meanwhile, if you're Coach Joe Morin, your team's up 3. They've got the basketball. Big possession here coming out of the timeout.
I'm running my offense over and over again until we get a good shot. I'm not going to force anything. Right, that's what I would have told him. Run your offense through and get a good shot.
Here's a pick and roll. Hurling trying to hand to Hemmerdinger. Hemmerdinger goes down the lane. Fanning to the corner is Carroll. The 3 is too strong. Hawthorne offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, they missed the box out. Easy offensive rebound and put back. I think Pelot maybe should have fouled him on that, or at least tried to block the shot so they don't get an easy basket. I think he only has 1 foul.
Hawthorne approaching double-double territory now with 6 points and 8 rebounds. And Pelham's got their largest lead of the morning, 51-46, inside of 3 minutes. Pembroke looking for an answer. Strazzeri triple teamed on the block. Has Fitzgerald in the corner. The 3 halfway down and out. Offensive rebound Hadley, and he's fouled. Put the fadeaway up pretty quickly. Hit during the release, and the big fella a chance to make this a 1-possession difference again at the free throw line.
You know, right now the ever mythical momentum shift. I don't even know if it's real. We see it, but is it real?
I think it's real.
It's leaning.
We've seen
pythons.
This thing swing back and forth throughout the course of the basketball game.
Yeah, it's leaning a little bit toward Pelham right now, just because of the way they're playing and getting easier shots, easier looks at the basket, just better looks.
Well, they've outscored Pembroke now 9-3 in this fourth quarter, make it 9-4 after Hadley goes 2 for 2. 2 big ones there. He, by the way, working on a double-double as well.
Oh, we got a little press from Pembroke.
With 8 points and 8 rebounds. First time we've seen this zone press from the Spartans. Pelham, no problem. Carroll leaves it short. Hadley tips the rebound to himself and draws a foul. There's Cawthorn on his back. And that's the 15th foul against Pelham.
I think he slid his feet just a little bit down there and got away with it on the miss. So good rebound by the fella. He's made himself known on the boards today.
He's at 9.
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's in there banging around. He's trying by himself. He's by far, if you look at the guys on the floor right now, he's by far their biggest, strongest player on the floor.
He's the game's leading rebounder with the 9 rebounds. He's got the basketball here. His team is down by 3. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. The state championship up for grabs. Pembroke perhaps looking to tie with a 3-pointer. Patient possession here. Pythons in a man-to-man. Offensive foul is going to go against Fitzgerald. The defender was Carroll, who went down. Fitzgerald, the junior, is not happy.
Yeah, I don't know if there was much there. That might have been a soccer flop, Nick. Yep, a little bit of a soccer flop, I think, there. Did you see the arm go out or anything? I didn't see the arm go out.
Tough to tell with that left arm.
Yeah, I thought the arm was close to his body. Maybe a little shoulder. So a little 2-2-1 here, or actually almost like a 1-3-1 half court, three-quarter court trap.
Into the front court. And now Pelham nursing a three-point lead. We're down to 100 seconds remaining.
Here's the motion offense. The motion offense, you can run this flex forever and ever and ever and don't even have to take a shot. You can just do it over and over. Look, watch, you get a cutter, you just screen down, they're a little off right now, and then they try and force it when they get off. That happens.
Oh, there it is, back door. Curling is wide open.
You know what else the motion offense does, Nick? It lulls the defense to sleep, and they get tired of playing defense.
Strazzeri step-through move, draws a foul, I believe, on the floor here.
On the floor.
With 1:13 remaining. A reach-in is going to be team foul number 6 or 7. I think it's 7. So, yes, 1-and-1 time for Strazzeri. Pembroke trailing by 5, and Strazzeri, 18 points. Been spectacular today, but he is 0 for 2 at the line. Right-hander is going to earn a second after drilling the first. And once again, he's the game's high scorer with 19 points. His team, more importantly, trailing by 4 with 1 more remaining.
That's where you got to make free throws. Right here at the end of the game, the free throws are the most important.
Up and in.
You make them when they count, right? You might have missed a couple earlier, but you make them when they count. Man, this game is going to come down, I feel like, right to the wire.
It could. 1:13 remaining. It's a 1-possession difference at 53-50. Timeout on the floor. Strazzeri, after the 2-for-2 trip, now with 20 points, 10 in each half, playing in his final high school game. There is Coach Joe Morin, looking to deliver the goods for the first time since 2016, when Pelham was Division III champions. They did it back-to-back in 15 and again in 16. It would be the first ever Division II championship for the school. Pembroke, if they can erase the deficit and come away with the win, it would be their 4th Division II title since 2013.
Well, you know, right now, how they handle this press is important, and how long they run that motion offense, right? Motion offense, put the defense to sleep. And you just get sick of playing defense. So, yeah, we're looking at it's almost a 1-2-2. There's the middle, wide open.
The pass gets away from James, but he saves it to Hemmerdinger.
Got lucky.
James in the corner is double teamed. He wants a timeout. And he's going to get it with exactly 1 minute remaining in this 4th quarter. A heads-up play there by the junior.
I might give him 1 time out left. I think I see 2 on the board. I don't know if they changed that. They may have changed it already. That's a good call, timeout, but a great trap.
Yeah.
Great trap. So when you run that press, they continue it. They start three-quarter court, so they're going to continue it into the front court, right? So you want to trap the corners. Don't trap the middle. Trap the corners low. Trap the corners high. See if you can get them to turn the ball over.
And, of course, it's a fine line for the defense to walk with 9 team fouls. The next one is an automatic 2 for double bonus. So Pembroke down by 3, hoping to force a turnover. Pelham potentially can make this a 2-possession game if they can add a point here.
And a tough spot to take the ball out of bounds, too. It's tough to run the sideline from this spot.
Yep. And it comes to Cawthorn. Travis, bodied up by Hadley, picks up the dribble. Bounce pass for James on the low block, back out on the wing. Game of keep away, and it's taken away. Strazzeri the interception, big turnover. Pembroke the basketball, 45 seconds. And now the Spartans trying to get set up here. Pelham falls back into a man-to-man. Driving kick for Beaubear, down to 35 seconds. Fitzgerald, left hand, into the lane. Pilot on the wing, cut off by Cawthorn. Back over to Fitzgerald. Down to 25 seconds. The junior pulls the trigger. The 3 is off the mark. James the rebound, and a foul is going to come against Pembroke with 21.8 seconds remaining.
And that was kind of a tough possession for them. Why did they feel like they had to take such a difficult shot, right? You waited a little too long for that clock to kind of tick down, and you take a bad shot, a forced kind of a leaning shot. It's just good job defensively by Pelham, though. You're right, you didn't let him attack or anything.
Right, there was pretty good sequence there to force the miss and then secure the rebound, and James has got the free throw.
Yeah, but you made a great point, right? The next foul was a double bonus. Yep. So here it is. They're shooting 2 shots. The lead might go to 5, and you only have 21 seconds left. You got to score quick and then probably foul again.
James, 2 for 2.
A 2 or 3, Nick. A 2 or 3. Doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to get it right now within about 5 seconds.
55-50. Strazzeri double teamed. Fitzgerald deep 3 from the wing is short. Hurling the rebound over to Cawthorn, back to Hurling, and Cawthorn is fouled away from the ball.
Oh, away from the ball. Still 2 shots. Like that. Every once in a while, they can call that foul. If it wasn't double bonus, when you foul away from the ball like that, you can almost call that an intentional foul.
About
you
to
get
say,
2 shots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's pretty borderline, but the officials are going to put Jake Cawthorn on the free throw line here. 6 points, 8 rebounds. He's done a lot of the dirty man work tonight. Took a shot to the nose back in the 3rd quarter. Is playing with one of those nostrils plugged up. He misses the free throw. It's still a 5-point game, but again, one more coming with 10 seconds remaining.
And Coach Donald right now is putting in his subs. Putting in guys that haven't played yet, giving them a shot to play. The ball goes in.
Up and in. 6-point game.
Yeah, you're down 6 with 10 seconds left. It's going to be real tough to get a couple of those threes. You got to get 2 threes, and they just run out of time. That's it. They've run out of time.
So the Spartans are going to bring 3 fresh bodies onto the floor here. The junior Zach Al-Shawafi seeing action for the first time. Evan Levansky on the floor, as well as Braden Casey. And now Strazzeri throws up a shot. We get a whistle and a foul here against Pelham with 6 seconds remaining.
It's okay. You can foul that and make him shoot free throws, because you're only going to get at most 2 unless they get a rebound and can get a putback.
No, that's 3 free throws. They say it was a 3-point.
Oh, we might need a replay on that. I didn't see much.
A 3-point attempt means 3 free throws here for Strazzeri. A chance to cut the lead in half. And he gets the friendly roll on the first. What a game. What a final game for Strazzeri. The 5'11" senior guard. 21 points now is the game's high score. Second free throw is short.
All of a sudden, Coach Donnell get a couple starters back in again. You think you might have a chance if it goes to 52.
And Coach Morin adopting the same strategy here. He's going to bring a couple of first-timers, or at least one, onto the floor here.
Oh, yeah. Got to hit the rim, Nick, right? Got to hit the rim on that one when you try and get the ball back.
An intentional miss, but you got to draw iron. That's right. So it's going to be Pelham basketball. And I don't believe any time should have come off the clock.
No.
Right? So it should still be 6 even.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to adjust that now.
Yep, they just did. So 6 seconds, 5-point game. Pelham out in front. And it's Python basketball.
And they put their senior in, so I like that. And they put their Yambo in there, get a little time in the final game.
Yeah, that's Pelham's Mason Yambo, the 6'2" forward. Meanwhile, got another foul here, as a little more than a half a second comes off the clock, down to 5.4 remaining. Reminder, after the game, we're live on the air for the awards ceremony and the trophy presentation. We'll bring that to you live here courtside. And we'd like to get a word with Coach Morin if we can drag him away from the festivities. Meanwhile, 56-51, it's going to stay as Dom Hurling misses the free throw. He's got one more. Yambo is going to come out and get a high five from Coach Morin as Hurling awaits the final free throw. Still 5.4 to go. Pelham a 56-51 lead. The free throw makes it 57-51. Spartans are going to get it in. Strazzeri into the front court, going to fire a deep 3 and knock it down. An immediate timeout is called. They're going to give it to him? Yes, they will. which means they're going to add
about a half second, maybe.
Yeah,
1 second.
Some time here. They're going to talk about it. Three-pointer for Strazzeri makes it 57-54. And let's see how these officials want to play it. Strazzeri, a heads-up play, knocked down the three and immediately signaled for a timeout. The official then blew the whistle, and now they're going to add 0.6 onto the clock. So 0.6 remaining. And again, Pembroke still breathing here, but in search of a miracle with 0.6 of a second remaining.
So life support. They're on life support. Now here's what do you do? What do we decide to do? Do we throw the ball deep into the air? You know, so one of your teammates can touch it and tip it, and then the game will be over. Because you don't want to turn the ball over right there at the baseline, right down. And the offensive player can run the baseline. So he just asked that question. He can move. Just get it in.
James is the inbounder. It comes to Hemmerdinger.
And that'll be it.
That's do it. Pelham is your 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II champions. They get it done on Championship Sunday by a final score of 57-54 over Pembroke. It caps off a 14-4 regular season, a come-from-behind quarterfinal win against Manchester West, an upset victory over top seed Laconia in the semifinals, and they do it from behind here in the fourth quarter to capture their first state championship in Division II in school history.
That's what you call turning it on for the playoffs. They go on a run. They beat everybody else handily. They had a tough game today. Obviously, Pembroke came to play. They did the same thing. Turned it on for the playoffs. Played really well here toward the end, but Pelham just had a little bit more, a little bit more scoring, I think, from other players today than did Pembroke. So, hey, a valiant effort. 3-point loss. What better game can we have than a 3-point game in a final? Other than a 1-point game, last second shot, of course, but that was a really well-played game. Teams that were evenly matched, did similar things on offense and defense, and it just happened to be that Pelham had a second, third player step up, Hurling in this case, and played really well in the second half.
Hurling with 12 of his 16 coming after halftime, pulled in 5 rebounds, all in the second half as well. And of course, Zach James kept the team afloat in that first half with 15 of his 20 coming over the first 2 quarters. 5 made threes for the junior, accounted for those 15 first half points. And on the other side, in defeat, Mike Strazzeri ends up as Pembroke's high scorer with 22 points. A good effort from Joe Fitzgerald, the junior guard as well, had 13, 7 of those in that third quarter. And Shondell Hadley ends up just shy of a double-double, 8 points, 9 rebounds unofficially. Here's Coach Mike Donald coming out for Pembroke to receive the runner-up medals. And his 2 senior starters, Shondell Hadley and Mike Strazzeri, join him at midcourt.
You always feel a little bad, for the team that has to lose that last game. You do. You kind of like, but they played hard, but you got to be happy, though, because we had a good game and a good win for the other team.
And a good season for Pembroke as well.
Absolutely.
As they do come up a little bit short in the end. This was a game that featured 10 lead changes, 4 ties. Pembroke led most of the way, in fact, for over 20 of the 32 minutes, but the fourth quarter belonged to Pelham. They erased what was a 44-42 deficit to begin the fourth quarter. And ultimately really got the stops right at key times. The defense rose to the challenge in those closing minutes to seal the deal.
Absolutely. And Strazzeri was great. He went 10 for 15 from the floor at 24 points. Free throw line wasn't great, but what do you get? Fitzgerald had 11, and after that you got a couple guys at 8, and they just didn't get that second guy that we talked about that they were going to need in the second. If either team had that second guy who really stepped up, and I can't stress that enough. You have to have more than one player on your team really contribute to win a title. One guy, most of the time, is not going to do it. And in this case, Hurling was 16, James had 20, so he did most of his damage in the first half, obviously, and they did a great job, though Pembroke did, defending him in the second half.
Yeah, they did.
He got maybe 2 open looks, where in the first half he had, 5 open looks early.
All right, here comes head coach Joe Morin. He's going to bring Jake Cawthron with him, and he's going to raise the hardware over his head and salute the Pelham student section. They've made the drive and are cheering on now the players individually as they come up to receive the medals. Perling, as you mentioned, stepped up big time in the second half in terms of scoring the basketball. Played a good floor game throughout. Of course, Alex Carroll was big off the bench, particularly defensively and on the glass. Jake Travis held down the middle. And, of course, Peter Hemmerdinger did a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A short rotation for the most part this morning for Coach Morin. But as we know, it takes a full roster of guys to build a championship team. The kids that didn't see action today certainly contributed in practice and keeping everybody sharp. A full team effort. And as a result, Pelham, as the number 5 seed, your 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II state champions.
And they are only losing 4 seniors, and of those 4 seniors, none of them were starters. So this group is coming back next year to play again, and you can expect to see them. I would not be surprised to see them come back and be in the finals again next year.
Well, they're going to lose Cawthron in the middle, but your point being a lot coming back. And same thing with Pembroke as well. A very talented junior class led by, of course, Joe Fitzgerald. So don't be surprised if this team or either of these teams is back potentially in this spot again next year. So what a way to kick off Championship Sunday here in Durham. First of 4 state championships. Going to see if maybe we can get Coach Morin over here momentarily. They're posing for pictures, and we'd love to speak with the head coach. Reminder, the Girls Division II Championship comes your way at 1 o'clock. The Girls Division I title match between Bedford and Bishop Girton is at 4 o'clock, and then the headline,
the main event,
Division I Championship between Bedford and Pinkerton. So there's Coach Morin and the entire staff. That includes assistant coach James LaPolice and Max Matarazzo, athletic director and former Pelham head coach Todd Kress over there as well in the mix. And
that's a lot of smiles. Everybody's happy. Everybody's excited. They go home with a smile on the face. Long season. Basketball is a very long season, right? Spring season is short, but long season.
Yeah, it's a grind, as we know. Officially, tryouts are typically, right after Thanksgiving?
Yep, right after Thanksgiving you play. You're practicing almost every day. You have games, a couple times a week. There's always a weird lull in the middle of the season where you only play 1 game or you play no games in a week.
Typically late December or around then. And then, of course, it's all out once February and March roll around. All right, we got some players over here. We're going to interview courtside Jake Cawthron putting the helmet on.
What's your name?
The headset.
Jake Cawthron.
All right, Jake. Jake, congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys played tough, erased the 2-point deficit in the 4th quarter, and then got over the finish line. What was the key to the victory in your mind?
So coming out of half, we kind of struggled on defense a little bit, and Zach James kind of brought us back in the game. So we kind of locked down on defense, and we cut it to a 1-point lead, and then we got the lead in the 4th quarter, and it was game from there.
You took a shot in the face there in the 3rd quarter, came back in with your nostril plugged up, and it didn't seem to slow you down at all.
Yeah, no, my dad always says, don't complain about nothing. So I kind of told my trainer, just shove something up there and I'll come back in the game and I'm all good.
What a season for you guys. What was the highlight of the year, you think?
Highlight of the year.
Outside of today, of course.
I mean, Dom hit a shot. Dom Hurling hit a shot when we played Pembroke, actually, in the regular season. He kind of like double clutched it. That was pretty cool. I don't really know. I think the whole season as a whole, that was it was really just a highlight reel. Whole season was really just a highlight reel, and I'm glad we got it done.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Way to get it done. Great career, and enjoy this one.
Thank you.
Let's talk to your teammates here. We're going to bring over Dom Hurling and Zach James. We'll start with Dom, a newly minted champion. Dom, great game.
Thank you.
At halftime, you only had 4 points, didn't look to shoot very much in that first half, and then it seemed like you went into a scorer's mentality in that second half. Was that the case?
Yeah, so they were locking me down. The first half, I was trying to feed my teammates, and second half, I got more opportunities to score, and I did it, yeah.
What was the key in your mind? We heard from Jake a moment ago, but at what point today do you think was pivotal in terms of the turnaround?
I'd say defense, taking charges. We know we had a lockdown number 1 and 20. Second half, I think we did pretty good at it. And on offense, we moved the ball, we ran our offense, and we got open shots.
What does this state championship mean to you personally?
It means the world to me. So, last year we lost in the semifinals. The year before, we lost in the championship. This year, we're looking to bring it home, and we did.
Took care of the unfinished business, right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's hear from Zach now. He was the, of course, catalyst offensively.
Zach.
We'll start with Zach, and then we'll get with Jake in a moment. Zach, you were lights out in that first half.
Yeah.
What was the key to that shooting performance where you nailed 5 threes before halftime?
I've been practicing that a lot, especially because the championship was coming up, especially off dribble shots. I knew this was a big game and I was going to have to perform, and first half came out, started hitting a lot of shots, but then second half, I wasn't hitting. I was missing a few, but luckily a few players stepped up and helped us get the win.
Right. Big team effort, as you said, especially in the second half. Who was big for your teammates out there?
Who was big for our teammates?
Yeah.
Dom helped us a lot. He stepped up in the second half, making a lot of layups. Cawthron playing good-ass defense and grabbing a lot of rebounds. Travis rebounds. All just big team effort, helping us get the win.
What are you guys doing tonight to celebrate?
I think we might celebrate tomorrow just because there's school tomorrow and there's no school Tuesday for us. So
there you go.
Probably tomorrow we'll celebrate.
Hey, enjoy.
Yeah,
you guys deserve it. Thank you. And again, Zach James, a great job. Ended up with 20 points, 15 of those coming before halftime. And as we get Justin reestablished here, you can see the joy and the emotions kind of beaming underneath those smiles as we talk to those young new champions here from Pelham.
Oh, absolutely. They get giddy. They get excited. They get them talk on TV. They get people to see them. Their friends are excited, yelling and screaming behind them. So it's fun. Now, what do they say? They're going to go home and celebrate, right? What
They're going to celebrate tomorrow with the rest of the school.
Oh, that could be a big pep rally, perhaps.
And then they've got Tuesday off, so it looks like the celebration is going to hit Pelham tomorrow. But, of course, they'll celebrate tonight, I'm sure, as well. But either way, a great season for that man, the head coach, Joe Moran, who put it all together. The players get it done. Final of 57-54. Justin, your final thoughts on a great opening round of Championship Sunday?
Well, like I said early on, I think, just getting guys to wake up this early, and high school age kids wake up around 10, 11, 30, who knows what time.
On a Sunday, right?
On a Sunday morning, especially when they're all sleeping until 1. And, they came out, and I think, like I said, both teams, very similar style of play. Both teams had, tough guards that attack the basket well. And so, when two teams are that similar and run similar things, you knew the game would be close, and the game was close. So it just happened to be, like we said, Dom Hurling stepped up in the second half. He was that second player they needed to score points and, get rebounds and get guys easy shots, which is what he did. He's done that when we've seen him play all year. He leads the team, gets guys good, easy baskets, and, Pembroke just happened to have, one player that really played great, and they just didn't have that second guy step up really and just dominate the second half, I think.
All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to reestablish, and then we're going to be back on the air prior to the 1 o'clock tip-off before the Division II Girls Championship game comes your way at 1 o'clock Eastern. So 1 down, 3 to go here from Durham. Again, your final score is Pelham 57, Pembroke 54. This has been a presentation of the 2023 NHIAA Boys Basketball Division II State Championship game. Here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, we're broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS Network.